Hey, what's going on, guys? I am Beast, and I am back here to bring you another video today. In this video, we're fighting the Nega God King. Somebody told me that it sounds like I say Nega God King when I say that, but I'm saying Nega, N-E-G-A. I'm just going to spell it out every time from now on. But anyway, we're fighting him on a 5-to-1 ratio. If you do not know what that means, it's a form that you can use to show that you've mastered a certain enemy, and it involves dividing the enemy's level by 5, which in this case his level is 250, divided by 5 makes 50, which means I get to allocate 50 stat points, and that includes normal stat points, equipment, and gems. So I use gems because stat points didn't really work out because you have to allocate 100 at a time, and so obviously I can't do that because that would already be over, but just by allocating once. But anyway, so I use gems. I have a Titan Breed +2 gem as well. And yeah, so we're on the mission to send this InfinityBlade God King back to InfinityBlade 1 because he has somehow snuck into InfinityBlade 2 through the negative rebirth. And we're here to send him back. He doesn't deserve to be here. We beat him so many times in InfinityBlade 1. He needs to be sent back where he belongs. And if you don't know what the hell I'm talking about, negative rebirths are a extra game mode in InfinityBlade 2 that you can enter. Video tutorials on my channel. I'm Beast, InfinityBladeFans channel. There'll be a link in my channel in the description. Negative Rebirth video tutorial on my channel and Soldier for Goods, which you're probably viewing this on Soldier for Goods channel. And you can get into the negative rebirths, and once you progress to the God King in the negative rebirths, you'll see that it's the InfinityBlade 1 God King. Cool little Easter egg chair put in there. And so yeah, we're on the mission to send him back to InfinityBlade 1 because he does not deserve to be here. All jokes aside, though, this enemy is really, really fun to fight. I had a really fun time. I mean, it's so cool just and nostalgic just fighting this guy after I fought him so many times in InfinityBlade 1. The first time I fought the Nega, N-E-G-A, God King, it was version 1.3.1 of the game, in which he was the normal God King, which is pretty disappointing in all seriousness. But they updated the game and added him into the game, which made up for it, although I had to go all the way back through negative rebirths to do it again. But yeah, it was definitely worth it. This is probably the funnest fight I've ever had in this game. So fun. I mean, the music's awesome, everything's awesome, and it's just, I mean, I highly recommend you go through negative rebirths to fight this guy. If you've played InfinityBlade 1 especially, because it's so fun to go back to take a throwback to InfinityBlade 1, and I don't know, it's just so fun. But anyway, if you didn't catch it already, I am posting this on Soldier for Goods channel and my channel, InfinityBladeFans, on which I do mostly InfinityBlade, just like Soldier for Good, but I have done other stuff in the past, although I do mainly InfinityBlade. But I'm posting this on Soldier for Good's channel to get my name out there. Hopefully, I can get a few more people to notice me. That's the goal. Yeah, and I just hit 300 subscribers, which is a small number to most people, but for me that's a huge number, because I've been doing this for about 7.5 months, I think, and 300 subscribers is a lot for me. Of course, Soldier for Good does have about 1,000 more than me at this point, but I'm hoping to, apparently Soldier for Good started gaining subscribers a lot faster at around 300, and it seems that's what's happening to me too. I've started growing a little faster, so hopefully I'll be growing a little bit faster, hitting 1,000 relatively soon, which is what I'm hoping for, and that'll be epic. And so I want to give a couple tips on the N-E-G-A God King, because he's a tough enemy. He's very fast, so you're going to have to parry. If you're a dodger like me, you're going to have to parry a little more, because one, you don't get the Thark armor, which makes it harder to not get exhausted, because this armor has less dodges, and you have to equip this armor in back game. And so he's also very fast, so you're going to have to dodge. So you're going to have to parry some more to avoid him catching up with you, because you can't just dodge the whole time. He will eventually catch up with you and hit you. And his Stepbacks, this one, it's duck, and then a right dodge, then another, then it's a duck, and then a double right dodge, which is when you hold down the right dodge to dodge 2 hits simultaneously, which is very useful, and that's Stepback. And there's another Stepback that's not the same one as that one, but it has the same the same way to avoid it, and that's just a duck, and then a coerced is the correct name for a double dodge, coerced right dodge. And then the other one, which I think comes up again in this video, so I'll cover it again there, is also a pretty simple one. I mean, once you learn his step backs, which, if you don't know what a step back is, it's when the enemy literally steps back and does a complicated maneuver pretty quickly usually. And if once you learn the step backs of an enemy, you're about 50% through mastering that enemy, at least for most enemies. And I think he does a step back here. No, he doesn't. But so yeah, his other step back is coming up, and so he's obviously very fast, and because he is the Infinity Blade 1 God King, which I find to be a more difficult enemy than the Infinity Blade 2 one. But here's his other step back. The same thing. It's a different step back, but you dodge it the same way. Coerced, or duck, and then a coerced right dodge. And that's pretty simple, just like the other one. So you really have to only memorize 2 step backs, even though he does have 3. You can dodge 2 of them with the same maneuver. So that's really nice. But his step backs are still difficult. They're very fast. You got to get timing. You got to get good timing, and definitely practice. But yeah, he does shield bashes. Here's his other step back. It's a duck, right dodge, duck, and that's how you dodge that other step back. So that's all his step backs. They're all pretty simple once you get the hang of them. But if you don't know the hang of them, you're gonna get demolished. And here I use a super because I think I've got him, but it turns out, as you'll see in a second, I don't have enough hits to kill him, which is unfortunate, but I do get another break and kick the crap out of this guy. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed this 5-to-1. If you did enjoy, please click on the link in the description if you're watching this on Soldier's channel, and subscribe to my channel for more like this. I do lots of 5-to-1s. This is like my 11th one, so I do lots of them. And if you enjoyed this 5-to-1, I'm sure you'll enjoy my other ones. But yeah, that's it for this video, guys. I'm just about to smash this guy. I just hit him in the hand, which apparently immobilizes his entire body. But yeah, we have successfully sent the Infinity Blade 1 God King back where he belongs. We're going to pick him up and carry him back to Infinity Blade 1. But yeah, that's it for this video, guys. I'm Silver's Beast, and I am out.